themed show for you today. Tim Kempton Jr. hopes to follow in his father's Phoenix Suns footsteps. A former Sun Devil and his family embraces overseas basketball life, and a familiar face returns to the Mercury in a new role. Welcome to Cronkite Sports Now on Facebook Live. I'm Faith Phares. A steady stream of NBA hopefuls came through Talking Stick Resort Arena over the last several weeks as the Suns conducted workouts in advance of Thursday's draft. As Nicole Walters explains, one of those hopefuls is hoping to carry on his father's legacy in the desert.
After a standout high school basketball career at Phoenix's Brophy Prep and being named two-time Patriot League Player of the Year at Lehigh University, Tim Kempton Jr. is trying to follow in his father's footsteps after working out for the Suns last week in advance of the June 22nd NBA draft.
I mean, the franchise means a whole lot to me. I mean, my dad played on, what do you want to call the glory days of the Phoenix Suns when they made their run. And to now be able to kind of see the transition that they're making and rebuilding their team and to be able to make that run again. To even think that I could be a part of that is another amazing experience.
Kempton Jr.'s father, Tim Kempton Sr., went to the NBA Finals with the Suns in 1993 and is now the team's radio color commentator.
It was definitely fun seeing him down on that practice court. We've been down there a lot since he's been home, working out, he and I by ourselves, so it was a lot of fun to see him work out.
Following his pre-draft workout with the Suns, Kempton Jr. told me there's something in the Valley he must do before he leaves.
Arizona people don't go see the Grand Canyon, so I've been seeing the Grand Canyon since I was born, living out here all my days, but crossing this off the list was a big one.
While Kempton Jr. hopes to hear his name called on the draft night, he knows free agency is also a possibility.
The NBA draft begins tomorrow in Brooklyn at 4:30 p.m. The first overall pick belongs to the Philadelphia 76ers. The Suns pick 4th overall. With just 60 picks to be made in tomorrow's draft, many players will be left wondering how to achieve their dream of playing professional basketball. Kelly Broderick takes a closer look at a former Sun Devil who took his journey overseas.
I lived in Russia, France, Ukraine, Estonia, Romania, Poland and Austria, and Poland and Koszalin.
Curtis Milledge has taken his kids along for the ride in his globe-trotting basketball journey. He became a star overseas after wrapping up one of the best two-year basketball careers in ASU history. In his 14 years playing abroad, he said the most important thing isn't the stats or records, it's having his family alongside him.
When you know you can wake up to the people you love and, make you smile when you have a bad game or you have a bad day, that's the great feeling.
Milledge's wife, 3-year-old daughter, and 8-year-old son travel with him during the season. Milledge met his wife Monica here at ASU. When they both graduated in 2003, they had to talk about the idea of playing overseas. While the decision at the time seemed difficult, they both agreed that this opportunity may never come again.
Well, there are stories of women who've just been like, no, we're not doing this anymore, it's too hard, and I could never do that to Curtis. He loves basketball, he loves playing, and I think it's important for our kids to see outside of here what the rest of the world is like and being able to go everywhere, and even places that most people wouldn't choose to go.
My kids get to see all his history, and I try to tell them and explain to them every day, and my son's starting to realize it more. My daughter getting it a little bit now. Daddy didn't get to see the world until he was 21. It's a great journey for them as a kid.
Along with continuing his career overseas, Milledge runs an organization called the Milledge People, an outreach program dedicated to basketball training and mentoring kids. In Scottsdale, Kelly Broderick, Cronkite News.
At the age of 36, Milledge continues to compete. He is currently on the AZS Kozlin in Poland and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Taking a short break from basketball, it's National Selfie Day. Our tweet of the day shows how the Phoenix Rising isn't letting the extreme heat warnings get their spirits down and are embracing the fun trend on Twitter. Phoenix Rising FC tweeted, "Happy #National Selfie Day," with selfies of several of their players. Phoenix Rising FC forward Didier Drogba was named to the United Soccer League Team of the Week for Week 13 yesterday. The Rising's next home game is in 3 days when they face the Real Monarchs on Saturday at 8 p.m. We return to the hardwood for our final story, where Penny Taylor is a familiar face. The Australian former forward won 3 championships during playing career with the Phoenix Mercury. This season, Penny returned to the team in a different capacity. Sarah Haddis took a closer look at her new role with the team.
For 10 years, Penny Taylor ran up and down the court as a player with the Phoenix Mercury. But this season, she moved to the sidelines, seeing the game through a different lens, as Director of Player Development and Performance, and coaching alongside her good friend, Sandy Brondello.
Coaching's a different story. There's all the scouting and all the, the information you have to gather about the other teams and the other players. And as a player, sometimes you just sort of know that stuff more specific to your role, but knowing it on a broader level is quite challenging. But I'm enjoying it, and obviously I've got 3 great coaches to learn from.
The switch from player to coach is often difficult, but with the bond that Taylor and Brondello have built over the years, it has made the transition that much easier.
Because she's been in my system, she kind of knows what I want and what I expect, so it's easy for her to translate to the players.
Taylor and Brondello first met when both were members of the Australian national team. Brondello was a veteran player when an 18-year-old Taylor made her debut.
As an older player on the team, I kind of took her under her wing a little bit, and we just developed a friendship from there.
Sandy's someone I watched growing up, first of all. She was also a mentor to me. She helped me a lot in the national team and was able to help me feel comfortable and just was a friend.
Brondello sees a bright future for Taylor as a leader on the sideline.
She's going to be a hell of a coach, and she's already seeing things on the court. And it's not that she doesn't know everything already, but when you step onto the other side, it's more about you're not taking care of yourself anymore. You're looking at the whole team.
Brondello said the main focus for Taylor right now is to work with players one-on-one to help them improve upon their weaknesses. In Phoenix, Sarah Haddis, Cronkite News.
This season, the Mercury have 10 players new to the team, including 5 rookies. Taylor said her biggest task is making sure all the players understand the team system and are ready to go come game night. The Mercury's next game is on Friday in Seattle against the Storm. And Mercury's next home game is on the 30th against the Minnesota Lynx, who hold the best record in the WNBA. That's it for this episode of Cronkite Sports Now on Facebook Live. Thanks so much for joining us. Check out our stories from across the valley in Cronkite Sports section on ArizonaSports.com. For top news stories from around Arizona, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.